Hey everyone, I'm WYRMLAD'S, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends, specifically welcome to WYRMLAD'S Tale. So this event is finally active. If you were able to collect all of the items, you have the progressive event. And so in order to actually get WYRMLAD, you need to make it all the way through the third progressive, get the 20 cells, the 30 cells, and the 50 cells, then you'll be able to craft this monster. Okay, if you just complete the first two, you'll have 50 cells, but you're not going to be able to use elementium or elemental cells, and you can't trade these cells. So you have to make it along through the third progressive. Now here's the thing, anytime we have these kinds of events, anytime it's a progressive, I always tell people you can expect to spend 250 gems. I would say anywhere from 200 to 300 is a good range. Considering we knew about this event for a long time, considering we knew it was going to be a progressive event, I would say it was really on the player's part to kind of save the gems. You know, that's what I did. I normally buy orbs during happy hours. I love to spend my gems during happy hours so I can get War Masters, but because I knew this event was being released, I started saving my gems, and so I'm going to be able to get this monster, but you also need to understand how progressive islands work. So the typical strategy is that you log in every 8 hours and you do your collections. Every single 8 hours, here, let me click on the question mark, every single 8 hours you can get, let's see if it tells me here. No, it doesn't tell you the max amount like in mazes, but basically every single 8 hours you're going to get 6 items from collecting gold, you're going to get 4 items from feeding your monsters, and you can get 1 item from breeding monsters. And then the fight PvP, you can do that whenever. So when we talk about progressive islands, we like to tell people, hey, just log into the game every 8 hours and you're going to be good, you're going to be solid. And there is an ideal time when you should skip and you should pay gems. You will notice that right now, if I wanted to skip this progressive, it will cost me 109 gems. But if I do another collection, that price will significantly decrease. In fact, collecting gold and feeding your monsters, these two tasks are that's basically what's going to significantly decrease the cost of skipping the whole entire progression. So for example, just to show you my baby account compared to my main account, if you notice, I've done one more attack, I've done one more breeding on my main account than my baby, and the price difference isn't that much, 111 gems to 109 gems. So if your breeding tree or breeding hatchery is clogged up, don't worry about it, that's not going to be a significant price increase. Again, you can expect anywhere to spend from 200 to 300 gems, I would say is a fair valuation for this event. That being said, it's just about time for me to do some collections, so just watch as how much the price actually decreases. So let's collect some gold. I'll just do collect all. I'll collect some food. I'll feed a monster. Keep in mind I'm also working on the maze, so I'm taking advantage of that. So feed a monster, learn more. And here's another thing about this event. Because there's a maze going on, you can, okay, I got 2 chicken legs, perfect. Because there's a maze going on, you can honestly just log in every 4 hours and do your tasks as you normally would, and you'll still get half the amount of items. Or roughly half, depending on when exactly you log in. So for example, if I click back on here, I got feed your monsters, I got 2, and then collect gold, I'm still missing, no, I think I already got my 3 because I had 23, and it's been 4 hours since I last logged in, and I know that because my Thunder Eagle is ready. So again, I'm still playing to the maze, even though I'm focusing on the WYRMLAD challenge as well. So let me sell this, and now let's compare the two accounts. If I click on here, the cost decreased all the way to 80 gems, and if I go back to the baby account, that one is at 111. Okay, so look at that difference. It does decrease significantly when you feed your monsters and when you collect gold. The breed monsters, again, it doesn't really do that much. So anyways, there is an ideal time when you should skip. And so the question for more players is, when exactly do you spend the gems to skip and move on to the next progression? And you should also know when you do skip and move on to the next one, you can actually do a full collection right away. You do not have to wait. And if you see yourself not getting full collection, I always tell players, exit out of the game, go back into the game, and then you're good to go. That's all you have to do. With that being said, one thing you could always do when it comes to these events, the progressive events, is just be on the lookout on the forums, be on the lookout on Discord. Dory always does a post. Dory, if you don't know him, he's on my team, on Armor's team. He's fantastic. He always posts like how to efficiently spend gems. So here's actually his post. In order to get 20 cells, you would have to use 32 gems after 2 collections, not including the first one. So that's basically after 16 hours, you would skip for 32 gems. On the 30 cells, you would use 45 gems after 4 collections. 4 collections, that's a whole day in 8 hours. You would skip for 45 gems and you'd move on. And then on the 50 cells, you would use 90 gems after 5 collections and move on. And the total gem cost is 167. This is, of course, assuming you are very efficient and you don't miss your timing, right? Considering life goes on, considering there's sleeping involved, considering all of these factors, this is why I tell players you can assume anywhere to spend around 200 to 300, and I think 250 is a good ballpark. What I personally did, and I think I've mentioned this in my live stream as well as other places, is that I skipped the first node, the first progression at 150 gems. I did my initial collection, I started playing when it said 3 days and 21 hours. I have a screenshot of that. So I started playing at 3 days and 21 hours. I did a collection. I skipped it for 150 gems, and I basically started on the second progression right away. That's why it's currently at 80. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do another collection where my feed your monsters will be at 21 out of 24. Collect gold will be at, let's see, at 6, 32 out of 44. The cost is probably going to be like below 50 gems. I'm going to skip it. So my total cost is 200 gems, and I'll be able to start the 50 cells. And I'm still going to have over 2 days. 2 days and 2 days minus 8. 2 days and 8 hours. So I'm going to be able to do 9 collections. And I'm probably also going to be within that ballpark of 160 gems. I'm basically getting WYRMLAD for 200 gems, which I think is a fantastic price for a monster of this caliber. And so regardless of where you are right now, I guess the important thing is just to take away from this video are that you can do a full collection every 8 hours. If you log in every 4 hours and do your collections, well, you can expect to get half the amount of items. As you saw, I got 3 collect gold items, and I got 2 feed your monster items, and I only got that many items because it had just been 4 hours since I last logged in, because I'm focusing on the maze. So right now, if you're watching this video and there's the maze going on and you're trying to get your maze coins, but you're also trying to get WYRMLAD, don't worry about every 8 hours, just do every 4 hours, and you're still going to be good. And don't focus on the breed your monsters. If you're scared you're not going to get your 6 out of 6 items, again, that's not a huge decrease in the price, so you don't even worry about the breed your monster items. Do all of your PvP, feed your monsters, and collect your gold, and you're going to be solid. And again, just to show you a collection on my baby account, let me go ahead and do that. I'll start by exiting out because, actually no, I'll just start collecting, see if I can get everything. So I'll collect gold. I will feed a monster who needs feeding. It doesn't matter who it is. I'll feed this monster. Feed him a couple times. He leveled up. Feed, and I'll collect gold. And 29 and plus 3. So again, just like my main account, I'm doing every 4 hours on both of these accounts. And I should get 2 chicken legs. And there is my 2 chicken legs. Go back to the WYRMLAD challenge, and look, the cost is now 81. And once again, if I go to the main account, 81, 80, and all I have is 1 more breed your monsters on my main account. So a 1 gem difference, not a big deal. Don't worry about the breeding your monsters. If anything, right now, I would actually focus on the birthday breeding events. Check this out, or the top monsters breeding events, birthday edition. Because here you can get Neobuki, Baroness, Hopkin, Taijin, Frost, Balbreath, Itsunami, Yimberber. So Yimberber is actually a really great monster. I completely forgot about her. She's incredible. And the reason you want to focus on the breeding event is because you have a chance to get either 250 maze coins or 75 extra maze coins. I would personally recommend if you have Nemestrinus and Oros, or if you don't have Nem but you have Galante Jr., I would personally recommend going for the Balbreath and Frost combo because those 2 monsters are fantastic. As for the first one, I love Neobuki. Baroness, I could go without. As for the second one, I had fun using Hopkin, but I don't think he's necessary. Taijin is a pretty good anticipation monster, but I think compared to all the other monsters available, I wouldn't really go for those. And then as for the last monsters, Yimberber is incredible. Itsunami's interesting. She can trade disable. She's super fast, but I don't know if you run her 3 speed or team speed. I think most players will do team speed or maybe some combination of speed and team speed. So yeah, I would say definitely focus on the birthday event, but at the same time, notice how I have 1 Thunder Eagle available to always sell and hatch, so don't clog up your entire hatchery with legendaries or especially epics, because then you're going to miss out on your 50 maze coins every 4 hours. So don't do that, but definitely focus on the breeding event, focus on the maze, focus on the WYRMLAD tail. If it's way too much for you to handle, then just pick one event that you really care about. Like if you know you can't get one of the last monsters in the maze and you don't care for the other monsters, then go for WYRMLAD. If you're like, oh, I don't really need WYRMLAD, then go for the maze. Or if you just want to try your luck at breeding, then do some breeding. Although, it's iffy whether or not you're actually going to get those. It's pretty low percentages, I would say. I haven't been that lucky with the exception of that held good in breeding, because I know I definitely wasn't able to get Jellotron. And whatever you do, do not buy orbs right now, because the gems are better spent towards WYRMLAD'S challenge. So, with that being said, hopefully this video was helpful. If not, I can make another video that's a little more in depth, but I mean, progressive events are pretty straightforward, okay? So with that being said, if you do need additional help, just let me know in the comments below. Join the Discord community, everyone's helpful on there. With that being said, thank you very much, and I will see you all next time.